Hello guys, welcome to another Scary Radio video. Please subscribe first. That will help my channel to get discovered by new visitors. Thank you, and enjoy listening. Once upon a time, in the historic city of Savannah, Georgia, there was a ghost story that has been told for generations. The story began in the 1800s when a wealthy plantation owner named William Scarborough built a magnificent mansion on Jones Street. The Scarborough family was known for their lavish parties and extravagant lifestyle, and the mansion quickly became the talk of the town. But with all the glamour came tragedy. William Scarborough's wife, Eleanor, died giving birth to their third child, and William was never the same. As the years passed, the Scarborough mansion fell into disrepair, and rumors began to circulate that the ghost of Eleanor Scarborough haunted the property. It was said that her spirit would appear on the balcony overlooking the street, and her mournful cries could be heard echoing through the halls. Despite the rumors, the Scarborough mansion remained empty for decades until a wealthy businessman named Charles Candler bought the property in the 1920s. Candler was determined to restore the mansion to its former glory and hired a team of workers to renovate the property. But as the workers began to dig into the walls, they made a shocking discovery. Behind a hidden panel, they found a small room with a bed and a chair, and on the bed lay the mummified remains of a woman. The identity of the woman was never determined, but it was clear that she had been trapped in the room for many years. The discovery only added to the rumors of the mansion's haunted past, and many believed that the mummified woman was the ghost of Eleanor Scarborough. Despite the eerie discovery, Charles Candler continued with the renovations, and the mansion was eventually transformed into a bed and breakfast. Guests who stayed at the Scarborough house reported strange occurrences, such as doors opening and closing on their own, cold spots in the air, and the sound of footsteps in the halls. One particularly chilling tale was told by a guest who woke up in the middle of the night to find a woman in a white dress standing at the foot of her bed. The woman vanished before the guest could scream, but she was left with a feeling of unease that lasted throughout her stay. Over the years, the Scarborough house has become a popular tourist attraction, with many visitors hoping to catch a glimpse of the ghostly apparition. And while the truth behind the ghostly legend may never be fully known, one thing is certain: the Scarborough house will continue to be a source of fascination and fear for generations to come. Once upon a time, in the charming and historic city of Savannah, Georgia, there was a ghost story that was passed down through generations of locals and visitors alike. It was the story of the Sorrel-Weed House, a grand mansion with a dark and tragic past. The house was built in the early 1840s by Francis Sorrel, a wealthy businessman who made his fortune in the cotton industry. The mansion was a symbol of his wealth and success, and he spared no expense in its construction. However, despite the luxurious surroundings, there was a sense of unease that permeated the house. Rumors began to spread that Sorrel's wife, Matilda, was having an affair with one of their slaves, a man named Molly. The affair was said to have taken place in the house, and it was rumored that Sorrel had caught them in the act. According to legend, he chased Molly to the rooftop of the house, where he shot and killed him. It's said that Matilda was so distraught by the event that she took her own life by jumping from a balcony. The tragic events of that night left a dark energy in the house, and it wasn't long before people began to report strange occurrences. Doors would open and close on their own, disembodied footsteps could be heard throughout the halls, and eerie apparitions were said to appear at night. In the years that followed, the mansion changed hands several times, and each new owner reported their own supernatural experiences. The house became known as one of the most haunted locations in Savannah, and it was said that the spirits of Matilda, Molly, and even Francis Sorrel himself still roamed the halls. In the early 1900s, the mansion was purchased by a wealthy businessman named Henry Weed, who set about restoring the property to its former glory. However, as the renovations began, workers began to experience strange occurrences, such as tools disappearing or moving on their own, and shadowy figures lurking in the corners of the room. One worker claimed to have been pushed down the stairs by an unseen force, while another reported seeing the ghostly figure of a woman in a white dress floating down the hall. Despite the unnerving experiences, the workers continued with the renovations, and the mansion was eventually restored to its former grandeur. Today, the Sorrel-Weed House stands as a popular tourist attraction, with many visitors hoping to catch a glimpse of the ghosts that are set to haunt its halls. Tour guides tell tales of the tragic events that occurred there, and visitors report feeling a chill in the air as they explore the house. Whether or not the legends of the Sorrel-Weed House are true, there's no denying the eerie energy that surrounds the mansion. The ghosts of its past continue to captivate and terrify visitors to this day, and the legend of the Sorrel-Weed House is sure to live on for generations to come. Once upon a time, in the historic city of Savannah, Georgia, there was a ghost story that has been told for generations. It was the story of the haunted Bonaventure Cemetery, a beautiful and peaceful resting place that held a dark and mysterious secret. The cemetery was established in the mid-19th century and quickly became one of the most popular burial grounds in the city. Its beautiful oak trees, ornate tombstones, and tranquil ponds made it a favorite spot for visitors to take a stroll and pay their respects to the departed. However, as the years passed, strange occurrences began to take place within the cemetery's walls. Visitors reported seeing ghostly apparitions wandering among the graves, and eerie whispers could be heard on the wind. Some even claimed to have seen tombstones move on their own and heard the sound of ghostly laughter coming from the shadows. One of the most famous ghosts of Bonaventure Cemetery is that of Gracie Watson, a young girl who died in 1889 at the age of 6. Gracie's parents were wealthy Savannah residents who commissioned a stunning monument in her honor. The statue, which depicts Gracie as she appeared in life, has become one of the most iconic features of the cemetery. However, despite the beauty of the monument, there's a tragic tale behind it. Gracie died of pneumonia during a family trip to Italy, and her parents were so grief-stricken that they couldn't bear to leave her body behind. They had her embalmed and brought her back to Savannah, where she was buried in the cemetery. After her death, strange things began to happen at the Watson family home. Doors would open and close on their own, and the sound of a child's laughter could be heard echoing through the halls. It was said that Gracie's ghost was still present in the house, unable to move on from the world of the living. Over time, the legend of Gracie's ghost spread throughout Savannah, and many visitors to the cemetery reported seeing her ghostly figure near her monument. Some even claimed to have heard her laughter on the wind. But Gracie's ghost was not the only one haunting Bonaventure Cemetery. Visitors reported seeing the apparitions of soldiers from the Civil War who were buried in unmarked graves within the cemetery. It's said that their restless spirits still roam the grounds, searching for peace. Other legends abound within the cemetery, including the tale of the Bird Girl, a statue that was featured on the cover of the book Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. The statue, which was once located in the cemetery, was believed to have a powerful energy that attracted ghosts and spirits to the area. Despite the many tales of ghosts and hauntings within its walls, Bonaventure Cemetery remains a popular spot for tourists and locals alike. Its serene beauty and rich history continue to draw visitors from all over the world, and the legends of its haunted past are sure to keep the curious coming back for more. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you want to support us more, please share it on your social media. See you soon.